The first thing that it will give you is self-confidence, because there's nothing like knowing what you can do. So even if you are approached in certain confrontations, you know what you can do, so you'll be able to avoid it. It does something to your thinking. You become sharper, your cognitive thinking skills elevate.
We are going to break down myths. We're going to explore all the things that make a quality life. We're going to explore 3 of the most important pillars in health: mind, macros, and movement. We'll challenge ideas. We'll do it calmly. We'll explore trends. We'll explore businesses, professionals, companies. But we'll stay grounded in the science, because health is not about panic. It's about alignment. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. You don't need to chase these hacks. You need fewer interruptions. Quality life. This series is going to be about building the systems that support that biology that you already have embedded in your body. Better health, better life. Welcome to the series. I have a series called Quality Life. And I sit down with people of all different disciplines, and we just talk about how to live better, how to feel better. And it's so many different things. And I've spoken with a spiritual healer, spoken with a therapist, spoken with somebody deeply rooted in Christ who's doing a lot of stuff in that area. And I've spoken with a lot of people, all types of people, and I'm trying to get people to see it's not just one way to this lifestyle. It's so many different ways. And
so many ways to live well.
There you go. So I want to highlight what you do. You're doing some very valuable work, very disciplined work. So go ahead, introduce yourself, tell the people what you do, and we'll go from there.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Coach Mar. I am a boxing coach, referee, trainer, timekeeper for USA Boxing of South Texas. I've been doing it for quite some time, since 2014. I've coached and officiated over 50 amateur fights, male and female. And what I do is, my goal is to help transform lives through boxing fitness.
There we go. Gotta love it. So what got you into that world?
Well, I've always been a boxing fan since the 70s. I'm old school. I was the young one that was in the room with all my uncles and my dad, and they were betting on Ali and Frazier. I'm telling my age now. Ali and Foreman. I was there watching these men talk stuff and bet money, and I was just fascinated by that. And then a few of my uncles boxed, so did my dad. So started teaching me the basics. But I had real bad eyesight, so I was never able. My mom forbid me to go in the ring. But I found out that my gift wasn't so much in getting in the ring, it was in teaching. So I found my gift in teaching right about when I was in my mid-20s. And I've been a lifelong student of fitness and boxing. And my goal is to transform lives through that.
There we go. And I appreciate the work that you're doing. It's much needed.
Oh, yeah.
Sports, athletics changed my life for the better. It helped me to be more disciplined. It helped me to be more resilient.
Yes.
There could be a hard day that you're going through, and you're like, this life stuff is nothing, because my training put me through way worse. Let me just get through it. And so it's huge. And this is one of the pillars in quality life. So in our health, there are several pillars, but I like to focus on movement, macros, which is your nutrition, and mindset.
Absolutely.
Right? So this is going to be in the movement and the mindset.
Absolutely.
It's going to be in those 2 pillars.
Yes, sir.
How this can directly increase somebody's quality of life is, well, first they got to buy in.
Yes.
So I know you have worked through that for many years. Say somebody wants this type of coaching. How do they even start with you say they got in the room with you, or they're just inquiring, how do they begin? What does that process look like?
Well, the way the process typically goes is once they reach out to me, then I do a brief questionnaire over the phone, and I figure out, I ask them what are they trying to do, what are their fitness goals, and from there, then we set up what's called a free fitness assessment. That's where you bring them in for maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and I put them through a series of skills tests in 3 categories: speed, power, and balance. And from there, I'll get a feel or an idea of where they are, the fitness level they are, because you can't train everyone the same way. That's the purpose for the fitness assessment. After the assessment, I sit down with them and we go over the goals. Of course, I track everything. And then from there, I create a custom plan for that said athlete or non-athlete who's looking to train. And we go from there. And I've been using that same formula for quite some time.
Beautiful. And it works.
Yes.
I think a lot of people, they get caught up in that whole world. Oh no, what does she want? What does she want? Little do they know, during that first session, they themselves are actually building their own custom plan for themselves, depending on how hard they go, weaknesses, things like that. They have built it for themselves. So that's why that's so important for that session. So you said you do it for free.
Yeah, the fitness assessment is always free. Fitness assessment, I never charge for fitness assessments because that's a way for me to gauge the athlete or non-athlete to see where they are, so that I won't, because they may have restriction, injuries, post-injury, things like that you have to look out for, because I'm all about safety first.
For sure. That's crucial, because a lot of people, trainers, gyms, they won't even let you get in the door.
Oh, they're
you're not putting a credit card down. So that's huge, and that warms my heart to hear that you want to give somebody that for free.
Yes.
Even if they don't get a program with you, you're going to make them something. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So the fitness assessment, I have a few drills I put them through. My favorite in recent years has been the floor ladder or the agility ladder. I use the agility ladder, I use cones, we jump rope, plyometrics, free weights, no machines, just free weights, because I want to see the raw strength, see where they are. And cardio, I usually have them do maybe 10 to 20 minutes, depending on age, nonstop. Because believe it or not, a lot of the average person can't run 20 minutes without stopping.
That's a gut check.
We have to. It's a measuring tool, and it makes people comfortable with you, because at the end of the day, as a trainer, I miss a lot of great trainers out here, but they have to like you, because ultimately they're buying into you.
For sure.
And if you make them feel comfortable, and it's all about trust, and you provide a good service, and they trust you and you're knowledgeable, then you too can witness a transformation of that said athlete or non-athlete.
100%. So we've gotten past that first part.
All right.
They're going to have to try you out to see this, but I want to hear about some of the success stories. Give me one success story that is fresh on your mind right now from the people that you work with. Something that maybe, I got a good example. I want to hear about somebody that wasn't in profession of boxing and fighting, somebody that wanted to change their life, and they came in, think just average Joe. They get off of work, they want to come train with you, they want that experience. Give me a success story.
So I used to attend church with an attorney that I'm still close with to this day, and his name is John Castillo. He's a pretty popular attorney here in San Antonio, and he's about 2 years older than myself, and he's always wanted to box. He had heard through other church members and everything that I was a trainer, and he wanted to enter a tournament. He'd never boxed before in his life, never trained, nothing like that. And so I sat down with him, we got his goals and got him in for the fitness assessment, and we did that, and he was in better shape than what we thought he was.
Oh, wow.
He didn't have the knowledge of course, the boxing, but as far as his fitness level, he could handle the training, and that's the main thing.
Solid.
And so I started working with him, starting with basic movements, because boxing starts with the feet. And he was a little frustrated at first because he didn't throw a punch for like 3 weeks. Because that's probably the last thing that I trained is throwing a punch. You know how to move, or you have to know how to get out of the way first before you can, because it's easy to hit someone. That's the easiest thing in the world. The hardest thing is to avoid getting hit. Now that's the hard part. So we started there. And he did very well. And he was, I think at that time, he was probably close to 60, or he might be 60 today. And so we entered him into a local tournament here. This was maybe a few years ago at the Henry B. Gonzalez Center here in San Antonio, Texas. And he entered into the Masters division of that league. I think it was the USA League or an offshoot of the USA League. And it was maybe 300 attendees there. And it was different weight classes and age ranges. He entered into the Masters and he won it under the name Johnny Mustang.
Whoa!
He won it. I still have the pics.
That's wild. Wow.
Still have the pics. I mean, he won the belt and everything.
That's wild. So how long had y'all had
how long did we train? We trained roughly about 12 weeks. I typically say starting out, you need 8 to 12. If you're serious, which especially boxing, I would say 8 to 12 weeks, because amateur boxing, the rounds are not pro rounds. You get what, 10 to 12? Well, in amateur boxing, it's 3. It's the 10-point must system. You do wear headgear and all that good stuff. So unlike the pros, and he won and he was ecstatic, and so
that's big time.
I'm still working with him to this day. So, he isn't boxing anymore. He's focusing more on law, but
to do that, I bet you with everything I have, when he got back into the world, he was equipped. He could do that there. I bet you. I really want to have a follow-up and see what he's been doing. I bet you he was able to check stuff off in his world, because he conquered that 100%. I know he lost some weight. I know he got stronger, and I know his discipline became even more out the root, because he was already disciplined, because he was in good shape. I know that it elevated just in that time from training with you.
And he's a very driven guy. Even when I wasn't around, he was studying boxing. He was watching film, and I told him I didn't think he would do it. I was like, hey, John, watch a little film, because we was putting together a style. My whole thing is when I train fighters, it's to use what you already have. There are advantages. If you're rangy, if you got reach, such as yourself, if you're tall, then I'm going to teach you to use your jab, because a jab is offense and defense. And you're shorter, let's say 5'5", under 6 feet. That style would be different, just depending on the other attributes you have. So what we do, or what I do, is I just take what you have and amplify it, place it into a unique style just for you, and then we amplify it. If you're an aggressive type, you're a swarmer, then we work on the swarmer style. If you're a boxer, a pure boxer, if you're a brawler, it all just depends on what we see during the assessment.
How can getting into a boxing program change somebody's quality of life?
Well, getting into a boxing program changes. I can speak from a personal experience. The first thing that it will give you is self-confidence. For sure. Because there's nothing like knowing that, and I'm not talking about because you know what you can do. So even if you are approached in certain confrontations, you know what you can do, so you'll be able to avoid. I know with myself, once I started learning, I was confident in what I could do if need be. So certain confrontations, I would just walk away from. And it helps you gain self-confidence and restraint. For sure. And of course, your fitness level. And of course, it does something to your thinking. You become sharper. Your cognitive thinking skills elevate, because you're on such a disciplined regimen. Everything is numbers and timing and movement, inches, timing, things like that. It keeps you sharp, improves your reflexes, and it'll overall improve your overall relationship with your career. This is a constant elevation, but it starts with the self-confidence. There we go. It's multi-directional. That's the first thing you're going to get. And that's everything almost. You can't do nothing if you're not confident about it.
And that's the beautiful thing, is because the whole reason why I started this series is because I want people to know you can get into so many things to help your quality of life, to live better, to feel better.
Right.
But you really just got to get started. You really just got to get started, because there are so many different benefits to getting started. And maybe it's not boxing for somebody. Maybe They just want to do the workouts. Maybe they just want to do it, but it all starts with getting started.
Yes, hey, I was always told, hey, one step will take you a million miles, and you just have to get started. It might be rough for certain individuals in the beginning, but as time goes on, oh man, just the changes I've seen, just phenomenal. So it's one of those things where you become a lifelong student of the game. Even if you don't plan to box, I've had plenty of trainees that do not want to get in that ring for different reasons, and that's okay. The thing is learning the movements and learning self-defense and boxing education. That's valuable as well.
Very, 100%. And it is very important to protect the ones around you. When you learn a skill like this, when you learn a self-defense like this, I definitely had to bring it back to what you were saying about that confidence level. You know what? I'm no longer fearing a certain type of situation.
Right.
I'm walking past it. It's just like a pull-up. Just imagine the type of confidence that you can get when you can do a pull-up, because you push come shove, you pull yourself up.
Right.
To be able to protect yourself, that you're going to be in shape to run,
right,
to maneuver, do whatever you got to do.
Right.
That type of confidence is
is
unmatched. And so, just for the people, get out of your comfort zone, give it a try.
No more excuses. Make the commitment.
Just do it. So that's all we got for today. I appreciate you for your time. I appreciate you. This is going to be super awesome. This is Quality Life. Hey, if y'all love this type of content, continue to tune in, because it's going to keep coming. Be well.